Hey guys, welcome back. What? You said you didn't get much sleep either, did you? Did you? Yeah, I went to bed at like 3. I'm a little tired. 3? Now you can't keep staying up that late. You probably read the first volume of a manga, thought it was interesting, and then read the entire series, didn't you? I understand, I've done that before. But wait, what was it about the mayor? He still has been found? Nope. I went to the Friday Shrine to join a youth group and search for their mayor. The mayor. Since I knew there was no way he would be found, it was really boring for me. Well, just that during his sleepiness wasn't that bad. And now if you consider that what Kimiyoshi had to go through since last night, he had been hanging from the ceiling and couldn't even fall asleep or sit down, since he had to stay on tiptoes the whole time. The teacher explained to us that the mayor had gone missing and asked us if we knew anything. A couple of people said some things, but they were irrelevant. To me, this issue meant nothing, but it was all my classmates were talking about. I observed Kiichi, my bear. I had no idea if any type of danger was drawing closer to him. Maybe I could call him again tonight pretending to be Shion. I told him some outrageous stuff last night, so he panicked. But I was sure he'd calm down after a day. At that time, I heard a little girl's laughter. It was Rika Furude, the last survivor of the Furude family in the current head. However, she wasn't really treated as one. During a family council, she had to draw pictures or take a nap in the hag's bed. She wasn't even invited to last night's meeting. It was hard to believe such a little girl was responsible for part of the curse system. However, even though she wasn't in her respected position as head of the Furude family, there were plenty of old people who worshipped her as the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I had heard from someone that Rika Furude was rather odd and starting to behave as if she knew she was the reincarnation. Maybe Takano-san had told me that at the library when she was alive. When Rika Furude became worried about something, the elderly people who worshipped her would make arrangements. It was very similar to the Sanozaki family, and that was also the same system as used for the curse. I wonder, does Rika Furude know anything about the deaths of Takano-san and Tawateka-san? What does she think of people sneaking into the ritual storehouse? Does she know who stuck in and what happened to those people? As the one managing the storehouse, it's possible that she noticed the intruders first. In fact, she was the only one who could have noticed it. She must have passed on the information, which is why the curse was executed. That foolish Kichi turned the light on when he went into the ritual storehouse. That light switch could have been connected to some kind of alarm. Rika Furude, the leader of the Furude family, maybe getting to know her would be a good idea. As the leader of the Furude family, how much did you know about the incident? I asked her rather directly. It was hard to tell if she understood I was asking her in place of the Sanozaki family head instead of me on Sanozaki. Are you talking about Tamataka and Takano? Rika answered. You said it made paid public yet. She knew about it. Although she looked immature, perhaps she truly was the head of the Furude family. That's the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I already know that. It's not over yet, is it? There should still be 2 more. Have you heard about what will happen to them? I try to be vague to see how Rika Furude would react. I'd been thinking that she had nothing to do with the underside of Inamazawa since she was always treated like a child. However, Rika just said things about the incident which normal people shouldn't know about anything about. That proved that she belonged to the undersized network. I don't think that matters anymore. She answered the question that Tamateka-san and Takano said fairly quickly, but it took a little longer to answer this time. Did she have to think about it? Shit, the look on her face never changes. It's impossible to figure out what she's thinking. What do you mean? How can they get away with what they've done? I think if they feel bad about what they've done, that should be fine. Her response was unexpected, especially after seeing all the old people get so furious last night. To trespass in the ritual storehouse was blasphemy against Oyashiro-sama. The village elders had said these intruders deserved to die. Yet the leader of the Furude family, who had protected the sacred storehouse with the ritual implements, said that if they felt remorse for it, then that it was fine. He called up people thought of Rika Furude's father during the dam conflict. Yes, her father was called an opportunist back then. He didn't agree with the Onogufuchi guardians who had resisted violently during the conflict. Like father, like daughter. I aggressively grabbed Rika Furude by the collar. Huh? What the heck are you talking about? You're pretty stupid, just like your predecessor, aren't you? The Furude family must understand better than anybody how sacred the storehouse is. How could the head of that family say such a thing? I looked at myself. I was told the same thing by someone else, and I was now saying to Rika, don't you know how serious a crime just busting the ritual storehouse is? It's a very important place for Oyashio-sama, so nobody can go in without permission. See, you know that, but those poor people brought that filth in there. Right. A bad kitty cats. Meow. That's right, bad cats. 2 cats have been caught and punished. There are 2 more. Meow. How do you think they should be punished? Tell me your opinion as the head of the Furude family. Rika really didn't usually wear any expression whatsoever, making it impossible to tell what she was thinking. But while I grabbed her by the collar and stared at her, I could tell somehow. Rika was a little disturbed. I sensed she was trying to see what I was thinking in turn. I want to forgive those 2 kitty cats. Why should they get away with what they've done? Me, what are you trying to say? That's a good question, so let me explain. Those 2 must offer compensation for what they've done. They have to clear away their sins, otherwise Oyashio-sama won't stop being angry. Every crime must be punished appropriately. Do you understand? Oyashio-sama doesn't get angry even if someone enters the storehouse. I don't know what he's saying. There's a reason why nobody's allowed to see the ritual storehouse is because there are too many scary tools in there. I'm sure people would get scared if they saw them. That's why we don't let people in there. I'm sure those intruders are scared too, and I'm sure they feel bad about what they've done. They're forgiven once they feel bad about what they've done. That's not for you to decide. That's what Oyashio-sama decides. I'm a shrine maiden of Oyashio-sama, don't you know? Of course I do. You're not telling me that Oyashio-sama told you he isn't angry, are you? Rika nodded yes without hesitation. I can't believe the lies she's coming up with. I'm not surprised. I'm shocked. Huh? That's what your parents said of the curse 2 years ago. Oyashio-sama was angry because they didn't deserve him. That's why you cursed your father. Oyashio-sama would never do that. My father did that because of the curse of Oyashio-sama. But I'm really talking to the last shrine maiden of the Furude family. Obviously, Oyashio-sama can't be at peace. You're supposed to worship Oyashio-sama. How pathetic. I don't know why you're so angry at me. I realized she was in a position to know as much as the other 2 family heads. As proof, she talked about this year's incident, so it's nothing. Yet she could feign ignorance with a serious face. She sure is something. She's even better than me. I stopped her a few times and pushed her to the floor. Rika, having her tumble downward, looked up at me with tears in her eyes. This all happened because you wanted to change the storehouse's lock to something else easier for you, right? That's true, and the other one was too heavy, so I talked to Kamiyoshi, and he changed it to a cheaper, lighter one. If you left the heavy lock on, maybe that would have prevented them from trespassing. This is your fault, too, don't you forget that. Of course, the Kamiyoshi family who actually changed the lock is responsible for this, too. That last part was really added on a whim. I edited it to connect Rika's story to the disappearance of Kamiyoshi. I wanted to pressure her psychologically by doing so. The head of the Kamiyoshi family had to pay for his crime, and that's why he disappeared. The head of the Furude family has to pay for her crime too, you know. Rika was still on the floor, tears pouring down her cheeks. Kichi may bear his last one left. I suppose the Furude family will take care of him. I don't know anything. You don't need to know anything, do you? You just have to look worried. That's all it takes. That's how it is at our house too. Anyway, good luck. I don't. Rika hung her head. She seemed to want me to say something, but she was afraid that I might be rough with her again. I told her Rika afraid it was actually at the top of the curses, unlike the hag was. However, as one of the 3 family heads, she was a lot closer to the underside of the Inmazawa than I was. By now, the underside was well aware of Kichi. By now, that underside was well aware of Kichi Mibera. I told the elderly leaders of the village yesterday in a meeting that Kichi Mibera was the last one remaining. I just told the head of the Furude family the same thing. If threateningly, if my threat was effective, the curse of Oyashio-sama should very soon fall upon Kichi Mibera. At just the right time, I would grab my enemy right as he took my bait. If the assassin came from the Furude family, this girl would have committed the same sin as the hag. When that time came, I wouldn't hold back. I was going to make sure she suffered and then kill her. I've heard a torture technique where you pound dozens of nails into a victim's fingers. I already found a restraining table and the tools for it. When the time comes, I'll pound nails into your fingers. That gruesome anticipation radiated from my eyes and scared Rika even further. I wonder how Kimiyoshi is doing. I doubt he died from tiptoeing all night, but sometimes a human can go very easily. He would tell me everything I wanted to hear, and he doesn't know anything else anyway. On top of that, he was responsible for spreading the infection. That was the curse of the system. The curse system of Hiroshima. His sins are very heavy. I really liked Uncle Kimiyoshi. He had always been kind. The hag was so tough on her relatives. And that's why he was such a nice to me. When we talked yesterday, I was so happy to hear him say he would forgive Shion. He even said that he would fight the hag to save her. That made me very happy. Don't worry, if Shion-chan feels bad about what she has done, she won't be demoned away. Leave it to me. I felt such warmth inside of me. I almost shivered. I was so happy yet afraid for her. He continued to say that Satoshi Kon deserved to die. He said those nice things because he wanted to make me unhappy, since she was worried about Shion. Satoshi Kon deserved to die because he was a member of the cursed Hojo family, but Shion-chan of the Sonozaki family did not. That's what he meant. In other words, the leaders of the village, including Kimiyoshi, members of the Hojo family, are more contemptible than insects. They didn't care if they lived or died. Their sin was not only that they despised the Hojo family so, but they also that they let the hatred affect the rest of the village. Therefore, everyone in the village deserves to be a victim of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Kimiyoshi and the others created an environment that excused murder in that name. If that was so, if Takano-san and Tomateke-san had committed a serious crime of trespassing in the ritual storehouse, then Satoko Hojo and the last survivor of the Hojo family, and Tepai Hojo, who has been hiding in Okonomiya, might have been the victims. Satoko Hojo, she was always around Satoshi Kon. She expected Satoshi Kon to help her every time she cried. She was one of the people who cornered him. If Satoko was that much of a burden, Satoshi Kon wouldn't have killed his aunt. Somebody told Satoshi Kon to commit that murder and to hide the evidence of his connection to the mastermind. Satoshi Kon was demoned away. That's what Oishi thought. If Satoshi Kon hadn't killed his aunt, maybe he wouldn't have been chosen as Lashi's victim, because the commands were vague after all the curse of Oyashiro-sama fell upon the Hojo family as a whole. It didn't matter which member of the family died. His aunt had a terrible reputation in the neighborhood. She didn't communicate with her neighbors. She was always throwing fits, and there was nothing nice about her in any way. Even if Satoshi Kon didn't kill her, the curse would have fallen upon her sooner or later. Their aunt was the first victim. There needed to be another Hojo to calm the curse. According to a rumor, their uncle was living somewhere in Okonomiya with his lover. However, Okonomiya was a little different from Hinamizawa. The Sonozaki family was powerful there as well, of course, but it would have been more difficult in Okonomiya to demon away summon away. So naturally, Satoshi Kon and Satoko, who were still in Hinamizawa, became the targets. Which one should be cursed? That was simple. Satoko, of course, she was snobby and lacking in manners. Everyone in the neighborhood liked Satoshi Kon, even if he was the son of the Hojo couple who betrayed the village during the dam conflict. Compared to Satoko, he didn't deserve to die. Therefore, the actual victims of Lashi's curse should have been his aunt, Satoko. Satoshi Kon was suddenly all alone. His mean aunt and uncle were gone. His sister, who was a burden to him all his life, was gone too. Satoshi Kon was such a nice person. He would have been sad, although he realized he was finally free. But time would heal him. I'd even help. He didn't have to live in his house in Hinamizawa. There were plenty of empty rooms in the apartment block where I lived. I could find him a part-time job too. He didn't need to go to school in Hinamizawa. He could go to school with me in Okonomiya instead. He wouldn't know his way around or really anything about the school there, so I'd be with Satoshi Kon all the time. I'd show him a shortcut to school, we'd go shopping, I'd teach him many different things. An unbelievably happy ending. Satoshi Kon had been suffering so much and I'd been pushed away all my life, but we would finally be happy. I enjoyed these sweet delusions, but I didn't have any more time to waste. I was sure there were plenty of old people who had been trying to get a hold of Oryu all morning and who were going to try to catch me after I got home from school. Actually, the phone had been ringing constantly while I enjoyed my happy thoughts. When I answered the phone, I casually listened and replied. As I played Kichi Bear is now known as the next curse victim within the underside of Hinamizawa. I also tried to let him know that the disappearance of the village chief had something to do with the fact that he changed the lock on the ritual storehouse door. All the authorities in the underside came to realize the seriousness of trespassing in the storehouse. After all, one of the heads of the three families got punished. One of the phone calls was from Oishi. He had also heard that Kimiyoshi's disappearance, and he knew it had something to do with the changing of the lock. I'm impressed. He has some pretty good sources. But like a newscast, whatever information he can get, there's no way for him to find out where he's coming from. I called Kichi and Bear again later tonight. Some of the more aggressive villagers may have already started to take action around him. I'm sure that by now Kichi is feeling the danger that's coming towards him. I had to be careful that he doesn't get killed easily. If I can catch the enemy before they pick Kichi, I could use him again as bait. Kichi and Bear, I haven't known him for that long. He's funny, he's not intelligent, he'll never replace Satoshi Gun, but I do think he's fun to be around. There's just one thing I don't like about him. He rubs my head far too often. His sentence is former Satoshi Guns, which is why I can't stand it. But that's about it. Kichi Mibera isn't Satoshi Gun's enemy. I don't hate him. He's fun to be around, but I wouldn't shed a tear for him if he became a victim of the curse. I won't prevent Kichi Mibera from being killed, but I won't kill him myself either. I made arrangements for the curse to fall upon him, but I never told anyone to kill him. Well, I suppose I did tell Rika Furude to take care of Kichi Mibera. Wait a minute, to avenge Satoshi Gun, I'm doing exactly the same thing that the hag did. I'm using this exact same system that killed Satoshi Gun. Kichi Mibera, I'm just using him. I told people to let the curse fall upon Kichi, but I've been giving him appropriate warnings. I'm going to help him if he tries to live. If I catch all of my enemies, maybe I'll let him loose. He's different from Satoshi Gun. Satoshi Gun was tricked into killing his aunt and he has killed himself afterwards, so there won't be any evidence remaining. I won't kill Kichi Mibera, that's why I'm different from the hag. Evening was turning to night. I had to get dinner ready. I had to eat so I had enough strength to take revenge. This place was far from the town. It would even be isolated during winter because of the snow. It was not unusual for a household like this to have 2 or 3 refrigerators. There were plenty of groceries left in them. I was glad I didn't have to go grocery shopping. I could hear the chorus of the Higurashi. People often say that the sound of the Higurashi brings back memories, but for me it's the exact opposite. I've only ever heard the sound of the Higurashi in Hinamizawa. Therefore, the sound of the Higurashi to me is Hinamizawa. The sound that reminded me that was supposed to be here, that it couldn't be here. That was when I heard the doorbell, because there was a good distance between the house and the gate. There's both a doorbell and an intercom on the ladder. They had a security camera too. Something as modern as a security camera monitor in this old-fashioned kitchen looked rather strange. I turned the switch, but nothing appeared on the monitor. I tried to check the plug, but there was a bunch of cords going behind the refrigerator, so I couldn't even do that. The doorbell continued to ring while I tried to figure out if the monitor was broken, or if I just didn't know how to turn it on. And I felt like answering the door depending on who it was. And normally it would be easier to pretend to be up, but that wouldn't help me. I was watching for my enemies to show up, waiting. I couldn't just hide myself in that case. The hag was supposed to be sick and in an extremely bad mood. I already sent word out that she didn't want to see anyone. So who could it be? I made up my mind to turn on the intercom. If it was someone I wanted, I could just turn whoever it was away. But I had to act normally so I wouldn't arouse suspicion. I'd act normally. Yes, who is it? Hello, she didn't tell me her name, but I recognized her voice. Rika Chen, what are you doing here at this time of day? I ran out of soy sauce, so could you share some with me? Soy sauce? I almost screamed, but I controlled myself. I took a moment to think about the situation. It was always far from most stores, so sometimes neighbors would share seasoning and stuff with each other. The village sometimes got snowed in during winter, but the fruit shine was quite far from this house. It was rather odd for her to come all the way here on her bicycle just to get some soy sauce. Maybe she was using it as an excuse. Maybe there was something she wanted to talk to me about. That was when I noticed a piece of paper that was on the refrigerator door next to the intercom. We still have plenty of homemade soy sauce in stock. Feel free to come to the Sansaki house if you want some. The hag must have given that flyer to everyone. One of her relatives sent her a barrel of soy sauce. He wants some, bring a container, that's what the flyer said. I see this would explain it. There was a handwritten note on the bottom of the flyer. The soy sauce is in the storage area under the floor. Give them as much as they want. There was a storage area beneath the floor. When I opened it, I saw a barrel of soy sauce along the side, a funnel, and a ladle. I didn't want Rika to notice anything suspicious at this point. I decided to share the soy sauce with her. Sure, did you bring a container? I brought a soy sauce bottle. Okay, come on in. I'll be at the front door. As I headed there, I heard the doorbell ring again. Me, the gate is locking me inside. I can't open it. Oh, that's right, sorry. I'll be right there, just hang on. People didn't pay much attention to safety around here in Hinamizawa. People didn't think too much about locking the doors. But as someone who's lived in a town, I've always locked everything. To let Rika Furude in, I'd have to go outside. Good evening. Rika smiled at me. She was holding a huge soy sauce bottle. She acted like I never yelled at her or got violent with her or made her cry at all today. Or perhaps she came to curry favor, thinking that she angered me. I invited Rika to the front door, told her to wait for a moment, tried to take the bottle. But Rika took her shoes off and walked into the house with the bottle in her hands. Don't worry, I'll get it for you. Why don't you wait there? I'm pretty good at pouring soy sauce into a funnel, you know. She looked at me as if begging. I guess she wanted to pour the soy sauce into a bottle herself. I didn't want her to come in the house, but I suppose I didn't want her to wait alone either. If she came to the kitchen with me, I could keep my eyes on her. And so I brought Rika Fruity to the kitchen. We walked down the hallway. I only heard my footsteps. I stopped suddenly and turned around to make sure Rika was following me. Rika bumped into me. Meep. Sorry. I made sure she was right behind me and started to walk again. Tap, tap, tap. Tip, tip, tip. Tap, tap. Tip, tip. Rika must have been having fun matching our footsteps to mine. Even when I quickly sped up, our footsteps matched perfectly. Tap, 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 tap. Tip, 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 tip. Tap, tap, tap. I stopped suddenly. Tip, tip, tip. Tip. Rika stopped suddenly too after taking an extra footstep. When I turned around, Rika smiled at me. Our footsteps matched perfectly, and when I stopped suddenly, I heard her extra footstep. I experienced his footsteps before, but it's making me feel uncomfortable. But now, although her footsteps sounded the same as the other ones I experienced, I saw her when I turned around. That was the difference between them. I left the storage door open so we could see the soy sauce barrel. I realized that she could take as much as she wants, but I wasn't sure there was enough left. I crouched down and tried to open the lid of the soy sauce barrel. Even when I crouched, I could hear Rika's extra step. But there's plenty left. Take as much as you want. When I turned around, Rika was very close to me. But who was this? I saw Rika, but it wasn't Rika at all. It was like when I switched with my sister. The outside was the same, but the inside was different. Did Rika have a twin sister? I was confused for a moment. That was when Rika sprayed something from a small bottle into my eyes. Huh? I felt a terrible pain in my eyes, and suddenly tears started pouring out, and my nose started to run. I couldn't stop sneezing either. As I stumbled around covering my face, I realized I was attacked. I shut my eyes tightly for a moment and opened them again. Rika was about to grab my hair to drag me down to the floor. When Rika saw me open my eyes, she sprayed at me again. I shut my eyes to avoid the spray, but my nose still breathed in the substance. I avoided the pain in my eyes with the tears. The running noise and the sneezing continued. Shit, but my brain was working quickly enough. However, when I finally understood that I'd been type of Rika Fruity, my brain started to grind to motion. Rika knocked me on my back and got on top of me. I tried to escape from her by rolling onto the kitchen floor. As I rolled, I hit an oven, a huge jar, and it destroyed a pile of something on the floor as I fought back. But Rika didn't let go of me. She stayed on top and just strained at me. She was sitting on my stomach and felt intense pressure and pain. She shook her fight well. I still couldn't see anything. When Rika had my upper hand, my eyes just shut and I was in real danger. As I tried to blink, I saw Rika's expression. I didn't know Rika Fruity all that well. I only knew her from the few times when I met that went to school with me on it, and from the things I've heard from other people. But as far as I knew, there was no way Rika Fruity would ever do something like this. This is just impossible. No, I can't fill my head with that word. I had to calm down, figure out what to do next. Shit, I'm too much of a mess to even think. I tried to peek at her face again. She still had the spray bottle in one hand. What I didn't expect was a thing in her other hand. I couldn't mistake it for anything else. It was definitely a syringe. When Rika realized I regained my eyesight, she pointed the spray bottle right at me and let loose with it. I shut my eyes tightly and tried to ignore the pain, but that was when, even when I thought I was blinded, Rika made a miscalculation. She had sprayed me from such a close distance that she inhaled the substance as well. I heard Rika sneeze and realized that it was my chance. Even if I couldn't see, I knew she was right there. I hit Rika's face a few times when I felt Rika's weight shift. I escaped. I then got my stun gun ready. Rika must have inhaled just a little spray. She wasn't sneezing anymore, glaring at me instead. Hey, are you picking a fight with me? You want me to wreck you? Rika's expression didn't change, but I was sure she was disappointed that her surprise attack was a failure. Rika flinched just a little, but she was still holding the spray bottle and aiming at my eyes. She was trying to use that spray first and giving me the shot. I didn't know it was in a syringe, but it was a clear liquid. It had to be something bad. She wanted to take my eyesight and get on top of me and they gave me the shot. If whatever was in the syringe took all the effect, and I had a chance to fight back and seriously injure Rika. But Rika's surprise attack told me that just being injected was more than enough. In other words, whatever the effect, it would start to work immediately. Therefore, I wouldn't be able to fight back against her. It would probably either knock me out or kill me. In any case, that's what I had what I had was equally deadly. My stun gun was very powerful. Just one shot took all it took weapon before proof of its power. Rika knew my stun gun was a lot more powerful than her spray, but she was being extremely cautious. Hey, what do you think you're doing in my house? I'm fair moving and I'll come to you. I threw a pile of newspapers at her. The pile wasn't tied together, so the newspapers flew over Rika. I jumped at her immediately after. I shoved my stun gun into her and pulled the trigger. Rika spasmed and fell to the floor. You fool, hesitating to fight where a single blow wins. Only amateurs just glare at each other. You don't have a single clue about how disadvantaging the first strike is when a single blow can decide everything. The spray bottle rolled on the ground. But she still had the syringe. Rika was down, but I couldn't let my guard down either. I kicked her in the side and clambered on top of her. I took the syringe. I held Rika's arm down and gave it a shot. My actions could hardly be called gentle. I injected her violently. I injected everything that was in the syringe. Rika began to convulse. I stood back and watched for her to what would happen to her body. Of course, I still had my guard up. While I assumed that the drug would incapacitate her immediately, I didn't know exactly what kind of reaction she would have. Haha, look at you. Did you really think you could defeat me? Think again. After a few more... Oops, I didn't see that. My bad, guys. Log. What's the log? Okay, after a few more convulsions, Rika instantly got to her feet. That's ridiculous. How could she even stand? That's ridiculous. Oh, wait. Okay. I looked at my stun gun. Damn it. The power was in the lowest setting. Maybe it had been readjusted when we were rolling on the floor. I changed the setting to maximum. Rika turned pale and started sweating all over. I didn't know its exact effects, but if Rika had been giving me the shot, I'd be one experiencing her symptoms. She looked really sick, so obviously she must have been feeling awful too. She couldn't even focus. She was very wobbly and had her hand on the wall. She lost her balance and it must have been hard for her to even stand. She didn't look so brave anymore. Rika wobbled some more and moaned as if she was about to throw up. Oh, ha ha ha. Rika looked scary as she moaned and wobbled, but at the same time she looked kind of funny too. Certainly she had even dreamed she'd be getting the shot herself. As a man sows, so shall her reap. That's what you get. This was funny, so funny, but please don't throw up here. Go to the bathroom, okay? I'm going to enjoy how long it'll take for you to die. Oh, but that means I can't torture you later, huh? I've been planning to use the nail table on you, so either you choke on your own vomit and die, or I pound nails into all 10 of your fingers, and I wonder what you'll be. Okay, I know. Let's move to the underground shrine storage. I'll put you to sleep so I can't leave you there, okay? I woke up to Rika and my stun gun, making popping sounds. When Rika saw the sparks from the stun gun, she moved to grab a huge kitchen knife. Oh, you're still trying to fight? That makes things more fun. After so much fun, I want to ask you. I would suggest you back down. Actually, even if you do, you'll go through the same misery anyway. Sorry, but I'll refuse the invitation to torture maniac. When what she said was anything I expected to hear from Rika, I knew. Rika, not Rika, what? But I didn't hesitate. I had advantage, so I didn't need to worry. Besides, this was coming from the last survivor of the Fritter family, one of the 3 families. That sudden change somehow felt unnatural. Compared to what their 3 families have done, this is nothing. Thank you for the high praise, so I should be proud of myself on it. So, are you seriously thinking about fighting me with a knife in that condition? You can't even stand straight. You're right, like you said, I'm at my limit, but if that means captured and getting tortured to death by you, then sorry, I'm taking my leave. Taking your leave, please try if you can. It was clever who held the abandoned chair. But despite that, an odd thrill for both of us. We lost our minds wasn't a fitting phrase for the people of Hinamasawa. It was feeling of release when modern demons could stop pretending to be human. Yes, this was a mad banquet of demons with the savoring of blood and devouring of flesh. Attended by the head of the Furei family and the head of the Samazaki family, the old families whose blood is closest to the madness of the demons, I stood in front of the hallway so as to block her escape route. The windows had grates and doors that had a safety chin on it. As she turned around, I could hit her with my stun gun. In this situation, what did Rika Furei mean by taking her leave? Rika got a knife ready. I expected her to aim at my stomach when she attacked, so I took my stance with my stun gun ready in my hand. Rika, however, suddenly turned around. I carefully watched to see what her next move would be. Rika put the handle of the knife to the wall and held it in place. What was she doing? Goodbye, torture maniac. I won't give you the satisfaction of killing me. Rika reared her head and slammed her throat against the knife on the wall. Her blood splattered all over. Rika bent backwards repeatedly and let the knife slash at her throat. Again and again, her neck and chest were dyed red. I'd always thought blood was darker, but her blood wasn't dark, it was so bright. I must have been confused, but it looked pretty. After doing this several times, Rika turned around. Her eyes were wide open, but she didn't look like she was from this world. Her face looked like something both living and dead, both real and artificial. It was very scary, eerie, and above all else, pale. Although her face looked unearthly, it was a very appropriate face for a demon. I didn't have a mirror, so I couldn't tell, but I was sure I looked exactly like her. Rika continued to violently slash her throat. It reminded me of something trying to break a huge piece of ice with an ice pick. That was exactly what Rika looked like. The white chips of ice coolly flying through the air. What I saw before me was a beautiful sight. Every time Rika stroked her throat, tiny drops of red blood splattered the boring white world around her. It was like a dance. A dedication dance by the final head of the Fude family. The demon's last dance of dedication to Oyoshiro-sama. Upon seeing that literally blood-curdling dance, I let out a fierce roar. I had no reason to do so. I was howling like an animal. We were like animals trying to kill each other, both getting covered in blood, and inevitably, as one convulsed in a pool of blood, the other threw back his head and howled. My body shivered with the joy I felt inside of me. This was death, the most final of judgments, and it was right before me. The demons howled, screamed, and roared. Their roars faded, and my voice started to change from the voice of a demon back to that of a human. As a demon, I roared, but as a human, I sneered. Rika was covered in blood from her neck down. Her blood was pouring out, making a little noise. Rika was still staring into my eyes. I stared back at her. I wasn't sure they were still eyes, though. They were no longer human eyes, but the eyes of the dead. Rika's corpse vomited blood from her mouth and nose and smiled. Then she dropped the knife. She stuck her hands up, out, and turned her palms upward. Her wiggling fingers reminded me of an insect's legs. Those fingers reached for her own throat. I never seen anything like it. I never seen anybody do this before. Because Rika was scratching her own throat, she was ripping her own throat apart. Maybe this wasn't a good description. She was trying to rip out the inside of her throat through the opening she made with the knife. Her fingers found the biggest tear. Rika smiled. At least that's what I would recall if she was still alive. She ripped open the tear in her one tug. Whoa, ah! Upon hearing my scream, Rika died and fell on her face. In a pool of blood, that was it. She didn't get up again and show me her throat. I stepped back and Rika freed his body and bumped into the wall in the hallway. Rah! I roared again in my race to the ritual dance of dedication of the Fude family. Joy ran through my body and blood rushed through my veins. I won, defeated her. Rah! I didn't realize I disposed of the heads of the three families. The core of the curse of the Oyoshiro-sama. Everything was finally exposed. The curse of Oyoshiro-sama and its masterminds were all exposed. I disposed of the leaders of the three families who all killed Satoshi-kun. The head of the Sonozaki family died of a heart attack. She was at the bottom of the well along with a wheelchair. I apprehended the head of the Kimiyoshi family. He continued to tiptoe until he died. The head of the Fude family died in a way that was perfect for the final head of the three families of Onagafuchi. I did it. I accomplished my mission. I defeated all the masterminds who killed Satoshi-kun with the curse. Everyone. Satoshi-kun, you were powerless. You didn't have the means to fight back. Those evil people simply sneered while they let you die. After marking you as a member of the cursed Hojo family, I will never ever forgive them. They believed you deserved to die because you were one of the Hojos. As long as it was done with the curse of Oyoshiro-sama, they didn't care how you were killed. I will never forgive those people for creating this world. What could I have done to save you, Satoshi-kun? I couldn't save you. Shion and Sonozaki couldn't do anything else at the time. If I was Mion, not Shion, if I was Mion that day, if I could have saved you, Mion could have saved you. That's right, I remember now. Shion, she said that she wanted to eat red snapper sashimi that day. I was supposed to eat that, but Shion pouted and cried. That's why I never let her switch just for that night. I did it to make her happy like a big sister would. Shion was never treated well, so I felt bad. That was it. I was being a good sister. That was it. When morning came, the world had been turned upside down, and had remained so until today. We weren't twins anymore. The one with the demon was Mion, and the one without the demon was Shion. What was that supposed to mean? Wait, Mom, listen, I'm not Mion, not her. You can tell us apart, right, Mom? Look at me, tell I'm Mion. Come on, everyone tell me I'm Mion. I'm Mion. Don't call me Shion. I'm Mion, I am. Then I realized you knew, didn't you, that the relatives weren't gathering for a simple party that night. You knew. No, I didn't. I really didn't know. How can you say that? You were so persistent that day. You said you never eaten red snapper before, but you really wanted to try it. You never gave up asking me. I really didn't know. I don't know it. If I had known, I wouldn't have said that. Oh, sure, you were always jealous of me. That's why I would switch with you every once in a while. But you weren't satisfied with just that. You became even more jealous. And that night you knew that was going on and took Mion from you. You took Mion from me. Give Mion back. I'm the one who's Mion. I am Mion Sonozaki. You were Shion this whole time. Don't call yourself Mion, you imposter. I tweaked the bars of the cell repeatedly while I roared. Compared to my roar, the metallic noise of the bars sounded like the cry of a little puppy. I had been convinced by something so stupid that a tattoo the demon was just a way of telling us apart. Even without that tattoo, I am Mion. That's right, I am Mion Sonozaki. I gathered my hair and put it in a ponytail with the yellow band that Mian used all the time. Since I didn't feel my hair on my neck, I felt like I could think more clearly now. Two Mians stood each other through the iron bars. According to our sibling rules, that never happened. Yes, there was only one Mian and one Shion. There could never be two of either at the same time. Shion, let your hair down. I am Mian and Mian is here. You are never Mian, so don't pretend to be me ever again. Do you hear? I said, do you hear? If you do, answer me. Answer me, Shion. I took myself back on the stage. Shion admitted she was Shion. How wonderful it is to be Mian. I felt great. I can think clearly now because after all, Mian is capable of anything, unlike you, Shion. But there you pretend to be Mian. Do you have any idea? Shion, yes, sis. Shion called me sis. And so I was Mian. The demon who had been sleeping deep inside of me was finally able to wake up. The demon roared and the whole body shivered to express its joy. Shion, you committed a great sin. You were Mian until now. You were in a powerful position as Mian of the Sanazaki family, yet you didn't even try to rescue Satoshi-kun. You had millions of chances to save him, but you chose not to do anything. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. I could have saved Satoshi-kun. You took him from me, and you killed him. I'll never forgive you for that. Shion was shaken on the other side of the bars. I will kill you. I'll kill you in the best way possible. Starting today, I'm going to think of the best, most gruesome way to kill you. Shion, you better spend every minute fearing what's coming to you. I won't just kill you. I'll make sure your death is long and miserable. And after you're dead, I'll throw you into this well. You better apologize to Satoshi-kun when you get there. This is what you get for pretending to be me. Do you hear me? That's your sin. Damn. Just saying. Damn. Okay, guys, I want to take a few minute break here and get me a drink. Alright, here we go. I needed to at least clean up the kitchen. While I was putting old newspapers to the floor to absorb the blood, the old phone rang. I didn't want to answer it. Maybe I should. I should answer and talk to whoever it was. Hello. This is Sanazaki residence. Thank you for answering. This is Hojo calling. I was surprised to hear the name Hojo, but I realized right away that it was Satoko. Oh, what's that matter, Satoko? Sorry to call so late. Is your kid out there with you? Oh, yes. Ever since Satoko Hojo was abandoned shit in the name of 3 Kafurde. Of course, she got suspicious that we hadn't returned yet. Oh, yeah, she's here. Oh, she's still there? It's long past dinner time. Hey, Satoko, I make too much dinner tonight. Satoko because Chen cheated to eat with me. Is that so? Well, come over too. I have plenty of food left. Rika Chen has already started eating. Oh, Rika, alright, I'll clip a little and head out. See you shortly. Okay, I'll be here. See ya. Click. Wow, I took a break, and there was already a break time, like right here. I guess this is going to be a longer video, I guess. Kichi, I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call. It's on Sanazaki-san. Sanazaki-san, which one? The older sister or the younger one? I don't know. Ask her yourself. Hello? Mian? Or is it Shion? It's me, Shion. Good evening. Shion, sorry about last night. I got all riled up. He must have been worried about how I hung up the phone so suddenly last night. We're tied up to the same fate. I can show the others alright. The only way to guarantee your own safety. Yeah, I agree. We have to lead share whatever information we have so that we don't die like the Kano-san and Tomateka-san did. Her Kishi swallowed loudly. They must continue from where we left off. You'll listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. Kichi agreed to be quiet and listen. I'll explain the dangerous situation Kichi was in once again. Just like how some evil people in the village attacked Takano-san and Tomateka-san, they might attack us any day. And it was ironic, of course, that while I was warning him, I was also the one who made sure the curse would fall upon him. Let's report anything we notice that seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them, or maybe even the truth behind the incidents over the past few years. You're right about that. Then I'll start since I suggested it. I feel like somebody has been watching me lately. What? I was making this up. I just wanted them to realize how urgent the situation was. It may be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched through Ki-chan, then maybe it's not just in my head. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything's fine with me. It seemed like it had happened to Kichi today at least. Now the heads of all three families were gone, it was possible the curse system had been destroyed entirely. If that was the case, the Kichi might not be attacked after all, but if there was someone who did want to attack him, then part of the system was still alive. In other words, my mission wouldn't be accomplished just yet. Kichi is like a litmus test in this situation. I know whether or not all my enemies were gone, depending on if Kichi's got bitten. He sure is a very useful man. After that, I went along with what Kichi said and made sure he was fearful of Mian as well as all the three families. I explained to him the possibility that the whole village was involved in the curse of Warriors Joseph and might be some sort of system, and I remembered Xian wouldn't know too much about the disappearance of the mayor, so I continued. I just saw this myself. Was it true that Uncle Camille went missing? You mean the mayor with Xian? You haven't heard? I don't know anything. It's still where my father talked about on the phone again. He actually last night after that meeting, he didn't come home, so the whole village was in a panic. They searched all over Hina myself, but they found him then. I haven't heard. The police should be searching for him as well. Why didn't you tell me something about that important right away? Sorry. I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide it or anything. Kishan, what should I do? What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hide it. It's just that, the conversation got turned around and we're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so just tell me. Uncle Kimoshi, I told him everything. Man, Kimoshi is someone you would feel comfortable confiding in, Xian? Yes, he would. When I was little, he was really nice to me. All I did was play tricks on him, but he would just always smile. He listened to everything I had to say. He was just such a kind person. Come on, Xian. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Kichi tried to make me feel better. But he had no idea what was actually going on. It really made me laugh. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also, that someone saw us and wants to get us out to get us. Does the mayor know how absurdly Takano-san and Tamatake-san died? Yes, he knew about it. I told him that they died by Uyusho, someone's curse, and I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right, what then? Uncle Kinoshi didn't get angry. He smiled and told me that if I was remorseful about it, there was no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling and told me to leave it to him. I actually got a little sad all saying that Uncle Kinoshi had been so reliable. I was happy when he said that he would protect Shion. I was truly happy. If he only had said anything to Satoshi-kun. It's my fault because I confessed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No, it is my fault. I told him our secret. Uncle Kimiyoshi found out about everything, so he had to be killed. It was right after I confessed to him. After all, he just disappeared the same night. He told me everything was going to be all right. It was such a strange feeling. I wasn't upset at all. But as I pretended to be upset and muttered words of prayer for Kimiyoshi's safety, I started to feel that emotion going inside of me. I was only pretending to be distressed to fool Kiichi, yet the emotion I feigned began rolling up inside me. It felt like I was being consumed by that emotion. So the words came from my mouth weren't the words I intentionally said. They were words that consumed me and emotion forced me to say. It was like someone else beside me was doing talking instead, and I was just watching that someone talk from a short distance away. I should have never told him. All of this should have been only our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have done. I should have told someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I confessed to him. Hey, stop. If they were doing that, then they would obviously have killed you before killing the mayor. It doesn't make sense. Or you or I should have been killed first. Why would other people die before us? It doesn't make sense. They must be planning to kill us all last. Huh? What? They start killing those we're close to, and after they cause us so much pain, then they'll kill us. That must be what they're doing. What I just said even scared me. Killing our loved ones first to harm us emotionally, and then only to kill us at the height of our suffering. Whoa, I felt something crawling up my spine. That's awesome. It's an awesome idea. I must not be human anymore. I really am a demon. A human could never think of such cruel things. There will be one incredible hell. Your close friends dying one at a time after being tortured, and after all that, you yourself get killed. What a great way to destroy someone's life. Why was I getting so excited about this? Because I could get going with that plan right away. Rika-chan, it's Rika-chan. What? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan today. Rika-chan, you mean Rika-shama, the one from the Free Day Shrine? Yes, Rika-chan, I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-chan, when did she say, the cat is worrying too much, I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-chan said. I'm sorry, Shihan. I remember it. I'm worried about Rika Shan. Alright, if you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please go find out whether she say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. And then when I do, you'll know I'm still alright. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry. I'm hanging up. Kiichi hung up roughly. What a hilarious conversation with Kiichi. Everything was just too damn funny. Kiichi made bear. Go ahead and chuckle helplessly. Ran all over the village and see if the curse is still alive. Go ahead and see if my enemies are still around. I laughed for a while and then I calmed down. I'd already got rid of the bicycles and shoes belonging to Rika and Satoko. My house was for the moment taken care of. I could expect Kiichi to run around in a panic, to ask for help for someone, and then ultimately come to me on. More than likely, the youth group would end up looking for Rika like they did with the mayor. I'd probably have to endure another long night again, knowing nobody would find her. I decided to wait until the phone rang. I killed time by watching TV until it did. Kishan, are you serious? I'm going to get really mad if this is a joke. I scolded Kichi for suspecting that Rika disappeared. Me-chan, if this really is a joke, don't get mad. Smile, it will be a joke after all. We need to go make sure whether it's a joke or not. You're right. Sorry for getting upset. Rebuked me. Rebuked her. While she looked quiet, I felt that she could be very terrifying under her skin. I had no basis for that impression, but I still felt that way. I just didn't like her. I disliked her ever since that rainy day at the bus stop. It was we didn't get along though. How should I put it? I was at loss for how to explain. That was it. I found a good example. When I was little, I always wanted to play tennis. I had to play it. My relatives take me to the tennis court, and they all praised my skill. I was doing nothing more than hitting the ball with a racket, but they told me I was talented, and that made me happy. When I went to school, I told my classmates I played tennis, and they told me that I was talented too. Then one of my classmates, who was usually very quiet, said she also played tennis. Not only did she play, but she took lessons. Although I bragged about my serve, I was no match for her. I felt lonely and insulted that everyone was paying attention to her, not me. She was usually very quiet, but suddenly I realized that she knew more and had a lot more experience than me. Being at the bus stop was just like that. I found myself as a demon now. I awakened a part of me that was only half human and half demon, and that part of that lived in the Noguchi village. In fact, I'd already stepped into a world where normal humans couldn't go. I'd already surpassed my human limits. I genuinely thought of myself as a superior being, having transcended into the realm of mortals. But when I spent with Rina Rigus, I felt what I did long ago with tennis. Why? Why did I feel that way with Rina? I heard that in the animal world during battle, animals glared at each other to display their strength. Only humans have to punch or kick each other to feel superiority or inferiority. Most animals could tell just by glaring at each other. In that case, could it be the same with Rina? Misha, are you okay? Oh yeah, sorry. I had myself since yesterday, Kichi climbed up the ladder and tried to peek into the window on the second floor of Rika and Satoko did. It was my job to hold down the ladder. Rina cautioned me to hold onto tightly. Misha, I'm going to check in the main house just to be sure, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, be careful. Rina ran off after that. When I looked up, I saw Kichi trying to open a window, but all of them were locked. What did Rina mean by main house? Kichi asked me to put on the top of the ladder. It's their 3-day family sexual house. After her parents passed away, I think it's been left like that. Alright, Rika-chan's parents, they passed away in house. Satoko's also an orphan. Her parents fell from a cliff because of Oyashiro-sama's curse. And her older brother, Satoshi-kan, he disappeared. Satoshi had heard that name before. You heard the name before? I felt anger go inside of me. Don't you know who says you're using every day? You act as if it belongs to you. You drop food on it while eating lunch. You drool on it while taking a nap. But you know who it really belongs to? Why am I acting this way? I'm Mion. Satoshi-kan doesn't even exist anymore. He was steaming away. It's hardly did Kichi's fault they didn't know. It really isn't his fault. Satoko and Rika-chan have been living in this shack ever since. Neither of them has any family, but at least they're together. They help each other out. Didn't Rina say there was a main house? Wouldn't it be easy to live there? I think she tried that at first. She said it was hard though because it reminded her of her parents. After everyone in Satoko's family died, she started living with Rika. It only made sense. Satoko and Rika were best friends. They didn't care about the Hojo family or their 3-day family. They had been best friends since before the damn conflict. The reason why the curse ever fell upon Satoko, Rika 3-day probably had a lot to do with it. That made more sense than anything else at least. Satoko pardoned from the curse of the Hojo family, all thanks to Rika 3-day's arrangements. Satoko had never been a victim of the night of Higurashi. According to the curse system I uncovered, the last survivor of the Hojo family was still living in Hinazawa, would be the perfect target for this year's curse. Therefore, whoever was responsible for executing the curse must have tried to take her life. However, nothing happened to her, proving that Satoko had escaped from the curse. It was really and truly infuriating. She might have been the head of the Fude family, but I still can't accept that such a little girl had enough power to protect her best friend. Mion. No, actually, Shion must have had the same power then. Just like Rika protected Satoko, Shion could have protected Satoshi. Damn it. Rika-chan, Satoko-chan, they have it hard, huh? She's cursed. Huh? Mion. What did you just say? I said she's cursed. Mion, why are you asking, why are you making that face? Satoko Hojo, she's been cursed by the Ryosho-sama. I can't accept that Satoko's pardon from the curse, although she was a member of the cursed Hojo family. She was one of the cursed Hojos. Satoshi-kan was a pardon, but Satoko was. She was cursed, but she got away. She escaped the curse, but Satoshi-kan didn't. I can't accept that. In fact, Satoko must have been the one to do the curse the most. Should have been the one to do the curse the most. She according to Satoshi-kan physically and mentally. That was when things got weirder, and in the end, everything went crazy. When I think back on it, it was Satoko who hated most of all. She cornered Satoshi-kan. And as a result, Satoshi-kan disappeared. She started it. She caused it. If only she had been there. Here's Asuka for the and Satoko lived happily. Maybe there had been a happy future for me too. Maybe Satoshi-kan and I could have started our lives together at Okonomiya. Yes, if I had both at the beginning and the end is so obvious. Satoko's existence caused everything. Satoshi-kan had to kill his aunt because of Satoko and the three families used that to create the curse, and then they killed him. The police were convinced he just ran away, but he never do that. He was the type of person who always did his best at everything. All by himself, he was doing the very best that he could for his only sister, yet he was forced to vanish. He worked so hard for Satoko, and he was just living for her. He was erased. Poor Satoshi-kan, he was so underappreciated. That girl needs no gratitude. She was cursed. If you got near her, you meet the same fate. You'd be cursed to die or disappear. That was really it. She was the main cause behind it all. She wormed her way into the Rika Friday's good graces, and that was still cursed. She fell upon Satoshi-kan. She should have died first. Then Satoshi-kan would be still alive. If he was alive, I could have done something for him. I can't forgive her. I can't forgive Satoko. I can't forgive that girl. There can be no peace with her. There can be no peace. She was the perfect target for the curse of 1983. The curse of Oyoshiro-sama. Rika Friday, the reincarnation of Oyoshiro-sama. Rika was dead. The reincarnation of Oyoshiro-sama had died. There was no God, more God in him, so I had to deliver the curse. I'm the one who has to deliver it now. I am Miya Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, one of the three families of Onagafuchi. Now that all the heads of three families are gone, there's nobody to surpass me. I will deliver the curse of Oyoshiro-sama, nobody else. I'll deliver it. I am the curse. I have become Oyoshiro-sama. I felt hot bubbles boiling over deep inside of me. I could tell the demon inside of me wanted to roar. I am Roskichi was looking down at me. I calmed down. He can't tell what you're thinking. Calm down. At that point, I hear footsteps coming closer. I saw 4 or 5 adults accompanied by Rina running towards us with flashlights in their hands. One of them opened the lock on the cabin door, and we all went inside. Of course, there's nobody there. Satoko and Rika lived alone. I thought Satoko would have left a note saying she was going over to the Sonozaki house with Rika was already there. When Rika was already there, but it would have been fun if she had. It would have been fun if she had. Because of that, I hurried into the room of the arena to make sure there's nothing left behind. And the room of Rika and Satoko's disappearance spread around the village quickly, and more villagers gathered at the Fude shrine. Acting in place of the head of the Sonozaki family, I commanded them to search the village. The villagers nodded and scattered. However, how long had it been since the last time I was truly Neon? I felt so pleased that the body almost went numb. Most of the villagers went in and out of the shrine. They yelled at each other that she was nowhere to be found. Some suggested that other places to look, and they all left. They made a lot of noise with their comings and goings. Maybe the Women's Association brought out the huge pots of gas cookers from the storage, got ready to cook for the men. That was when I noticed Kichi unsteadily walking towards the court, the copse of the dark pine trees. What was he thinking? How stupid of him to be alone on a night like this. If a person responsible for executing the curse was nearby, he wouldn't come back safely. Me and Chen, we went all around Ojanga Lake, but didn't find anything. We tried to light up the pond, but we were going to have to wait until the sun is up. Okay, thanks for your hard work. Your women are making some miso soup, so please rest up and have some. Mina and Shan, do you know where they usually park their bicycles? No, they probably park them at the bottom of the stairs leading up here. I don't think they come up while carrying them. We can't find their bicycles. Where'd they go? If they left their on their bikes, they could have gone pretty far. Maybe even as far as the town. In that case, we'll have to look outside of Hinamazawa. By the way, who first noticed that Rikashama was gone? It was Kichan. He suddenly had a hunch. Oh, that Mibera kid, he's a little suspicious. Speaking of which, why has it that Mibera haven't shown up when we were in a crisis like this? Mibera still been joining the town council, so they're not in the group's phone directory. Really, well, ain't no helping it then. They joined it. I think it's just that their name isn't in the directory yet. Last time we updated it was at the beginning of the year. They just moved here, so that's why they aren't on it. That Mibera kid's hunch is so suspicious. They do think the first on the scene is the most suspicious. Where'd he go? I saw him walking towards the pine trees. Can someone go get him? Immediately I saw Kichi and Rena walking back towards us. Kichi, where did you go? I was worried you disappeared too. Sorry. It looked like nothing happened to Kichi. His foe, that's fine. That means I took care of all my enemies. Oh my. I knew I smelled something good coming from over here. I must be obliged if you let me have some. I heard the loud, sticky voice of a middle-aged man. It was Oishi. He must have been confused about this year's incident. The scale of the curse this time is nothing like the previous ones. Oishi's information network is about equal to or better than that of the elders on the town council. In other words, he could easily uncover a rumor that it was circulating through the underside of the village. He must have came here to see if the disappearance of Kimiyoshi and Rika had something to do with the changing of the lock on the ritual storehouse's door. The police will come for me sooner or later. I am Mion Sonozaki. By removing all the heads of the three families, my enemies have become the head in their place. I can't allow Mion Sonozaki to continue existing. I'll have to destroy the existence of the head of the Sonozaki family. When I destroy my own position, that's when my revenge will come to an end. More than likely, I'll have Oishi fight when it's my final moments. My eyes and Oishi's met. Damn it, he thinks I'm suspicious already. You're Oishi, right? You're right, Oishi, I did it. Mion Sonozaki, the head of the Sonozaki family, is the culprit. Oh man, my throat is hurting. Ooh. It's already 5 to 11 too. I started this an hour ago, man. Wow, it's only been an hour. Huh. Well, thank you guys for watching. My throat is killing me. I need to drink again. And I'll see you guys next time.